was a question raised this week, man. As great as Chris Brown is to the public, as great as an entertainer that he is, he does not have a body of work that can stack up to Usher. I'm adding in Usher, but he does not have a body of work that stacks up to anything Michael Jackson has put out. Michael Jackson has Off the Wall, Thriller, Bad, Dangerous. He has all his albums are good albums. Even Usher,
they would have to do greatest hits for Chris Brown. He don't have a project that's the one that you be like, damn, that Chris Brown. Because I feel like Trey Songz got albums that you could say just a banger.
Trey Jones got albums.
Chris don't got one where you can say this the banger for Chris.
So his first album was pretty good.
What, Chris Brown?
Yeah,
self-titled.
Self-titled Chris Brown was pretty good.
Yeah, tell me, fellas, have you seen her?
That shit was hard.
But it was a good album.
But
he was like 16.
No, before you to be put on the same level as Michael Jackson and Usher often in a lot of debates, you have to have I feel like you got to have bodies of work to match theirs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to put together not just a playlist of songs, because that's what I think his albums are. Not saying they bad songs, they good songs. But, like, put together, like, take us on a ride. Like, an album is a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jay-Z was, you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z albums. Like,
Usher Confessions, that shit was
a movie.
Nothing
Chris
like
got to
that
sit down with JD one time. Or
It's
sit down with Diddy.
It's nothing
sit down
like
with an executive
Confessions.
producer because Diddy did Nipsey Hussle's executive producing on his last album. Now, don't get it twisted. Nipsey Hussle never had problems putting together an album.
Never.
But Victory Lap is that album.
Yeah.
And Diddy had he had a hand in that.
You got to sit down with somebody and was like, this is what the story I'm trying to
Diddy on
tell. Help me tell it.
Somebody to say, hey, this ain't the move. Like, we're not doing 40 songs. We're doing 10 songs. You got to pick 10 songs, and that's what we're putting out. Chris Brown would be the only person that's considered great who hasn't done that. They don't consider Trey Songz to be great, and like you said, Trey Songz got albums. Like, his albums you could put on.
What's Trey Songz best album?
Beginning to end.
Because I don't listen to Trey Songz like that.
Ready is one. Real. I like the last one.
Passion, Pain, and Pleasure.
Tremaine. The last one's good. Last one's real good.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't really
just got to make it.
Just Gotta Make It. That was
all his first 3 albums was hard.
Yeah, okay.
Ready was probably my first one, the best one.
I know why.
This right here's a penny dropper.
Honestly, out of that class, Trey Songz might be the only one with the good albums. The good albums, like consistent album.
For sure.
Not saying Chris Brown don't have good bodies of work.
Can we say out of albums more goes into it than just the artists?
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Chris Brown needs to just not do songs, and
he just probably don't got a good team around him or something.
Yeah,
or somebody that has
true.
that visual,
that vision
can put it together like that.
Imagine Chris Brown putting
and
out
he's still going.
And he's still selling out albums. The albums are still selling.
True.
He's still doing the numbers like
$1,000 meet and greets. You're doing something right
for sure.
Because
Chris Brown, hell of a performer.
Yeah,
when we just talking performing.
He's probably the best performer
ever. Between him and Beyonce for me.
Him and Beyonce, he up there. Him, Beyonce, Michael Jackson, Prince.
Yeah. That's how he getting them then. That's his gimmick. And
the thing about him having so much music that's good, he just need one album to be solid. He don't even have to do that next year or the year before.
You need that album that people can be like, oh, this is it.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Can you imagine this nigga
Sweep
at
the Grammys, all that shit.
I can't turn this on.